Welcome back to TeshKidFX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Vechain, whose current price stands at the $0.01672 mark, and here on TradingView the market is down by 0.95%. and in this video I want to give you the short-term and the long-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot structures, the Fibonacci's, and also the key areas of support and resistances. And allow me to kickstart the video here on the daily chart by giving you a brief of what has been happening here on the Vechain chart. Vechain, from these low prices that we had been trading within, we saw a very nice bounce to the upside, making it to an all-time high at around the $0.28 mark in a movement that I've been terming as a higher Elliott wave count 1 to the upside. And after seeing the all-time high, we have been seeing lower prices in this massive ABC corrective structure, which has now taken us back to around the $0.016 mark in a movement that I've been terming as a higher Elliott wave count 2. And after seeing the low for that higher Elliott wave count 2, whatever we expect next is a bounce to the upside in the formation of a higher Elliott wave count 3 before we see a wave 4, and then continue pushing even higher in the formation of that wave 5. And getting a little bit into the details of the formation of this Elliott wave structure and give you a measure from the all-time high. From the all-time high, you can see that Vechain is down more than 93%, meaning there are chances that we might have seen the low for that higher Elliott wave count 2, and very soon I'm expecting that bounce to the upside in the formation of this higher Elliott wave count 3. And because a wave 3 is an impulsive wave, we also expect to see fractal waves in formation like that, having the wave 5 completing the formation of that higher Elliott wave count 3 to the upside, and sketching out a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of this wave 3 using a trend-based Fibonacci, connecting it from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the second wave. That gives me a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of that wave 3 at the fib level 1.618, which perfectly lies at around the $0.46 mark, and that is the minimum that I would expect that wave 3 to the upside to do before we see a wave 4, and then continue pushing higher in the formation of that wave 5. And that is my long-term scenario that I'm expecting to play out here on the Vechain chart. And jumping to the 1 hour chart for further analysis and also give you the short-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out here on the 1 hour chart, you can see that Vechain, after initially making its low at around the $0.017 mark, we had been seeing a bit of a bounce to the upside in a movement that had been obeying the Elliott wave structures, where you can see I have this fractal wave here in red, having the wave 5 completing the formation of a higher Elliott wave count 1 to the upside. And I expected a bit of a retracement to the lower side in the formation of a higher Elliott wave count 2 after seeing the formation of that higher Elliott wave count 1. And because the second wave is a corrective wave, I also expected to see an ABC corrective structure, which we have right here, having the wave C completing the formation of that higher Elliott wave count 2. And after seeing the formation of a higher Elliott wave count 2, whatever we expect next is a bounce to the upside in an impulsive movement, which is a higher Elliott wave count 3. But you can see in the formation of this wave 3, we cannot see any impulsive nature in the formation of this wave 3, and we lost that impulsive nature after losing the wave 1 high. And after losing the wave 1 high, we have continued pushing even lower, lost the 20-day MA, and even made a new low here on the Vechain chart. Now I have my higher Elliott wave count 2 low at around the $0.016 mark. That is after making a new low below the low that we had initially at around the $0.017 mark. And before we saw that low, we had a chart pattern that was in formation right here, which is a double top. And if I draw it out, we can have this as the first top, then we saw the formation of the neckline, the second top, then saw the other top, and we are seeing a breakout to the lower side. And this is a chart pattern that normally breaks to the lower side, having the target area of the breakout as the height between the tops and the neckline, and we can get that height, then place it below the neckline, and that gave me a minimum target area back to around the $0.017 mark, which is a target area that we have fully maximized, and we have continued pushing even lower. And we also have another chart pattern that is in formation right here that can give us the short-term scenarios that we can expect to play out here on the Vechain chart. And if I draw it out, we can have a trend line over here connecting these lows like that. Then we have also seen the upper side of the pattern, by connecting those tops. And this chart pattern is a triangle which has been well respected, and you can see the price of Vechain has continued to push to the apex of the triangle, and we have seen a breakout to the lower side. And to give you a minimum target area to the lower side for the breakout out of this chart pattern, by getting the height of the triangle, we can get that height and then place it at the area we are seeing the breakout, and that gives me a minimum target area back to around the $0.01626 mark. And in case this plays out, there are chances of still making a new low here on the Vechain chart, and we need to be prepared for such a scenario. And for us to invalidate such a move, that can only happen in case Vechain is able to regain a bit of an impulsive movement to the upside, manage to break above the 20-day MA and continue pushing even higher. And in case that happens, then I will not be expecting a new low here on the Vechain chart, but for now there is still room for us to make a new low, and we also have a chart pattern that is supporting that movement to the lower side, giving us a new low, and we need to be prepared for such a scenario here on the Vechain chart. Also taking a look at the indicators to see what movements will be supported here on the RSI. On the RSI we are trading at around the 38 mark, meaning we have massive room for us to support any movements to the upside and also any movements to the lower side. Also taking a look at the MACD, here on the MACD we have printed a bullish cross, and we are also seeing a bit of an increase in the buying momentum, and that would mean higher prices are coming our way. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.